at, man. Shout out to
Look
everybody
at that.
who
Look at
adjusted
that.
their schedule, or maybe you're already up at this time, but everybody who's joining us for the first ever 6:30 a.m. edition of the Blue Review. Seeing a lot of familiar names: Laura Lara, Anthony Avila, Al, Albert Guerra, Jasmeet, Clumsy Chrissy, Aaron Hank, Sherry is here, Alex Reyes is here. So shout out to all of you for being here this early in the morning. We are grateful for it. We appreciate it. We're gonna have some fun with the same show. We're just, a couple hours earlier than we were before.
Exactly. You're still gonna get the same thing. And look, if you know people that are awake this early in the morning, just tell them like, hey, if you like your baseball talk, you like your Dodgers talk, come into the ESPN YouTube page, because this is where it's supposed to be. Get it in early. All your friends are up early. Also, people got kids. You got to wake up. Just throw it on in the background, and we're just listening. You know what I'm saying? So hey, welcome. We're here. All right. So you guys are love it
here. So in case you somehow wandered in here by accident, you're not sure what's going on. This is the Blue Review presented by LAX. I'm Marcus Grant. That's Greg Bergman. That is Parker Bell. We are here to get you your Dodger talk for the next 20 minutes or so. We got a lot to talk about because we weren't here, obviously, on Monday because of the holiday, and hopefully you all had a happy and safe Labor Day weekend. The Dodgers didn't have the greatest of weekends, but thankfully by one swing of the bat, they salvaged it. So we'll get into that. We'll get into the upcoming series against the Pittsburgh Pirates as the Dodgers start a road trip this week. But first, want to give a shout out, as always, to our friends at LAX, Los Angeles International Airport, transforming the travel experience, saving guest time. You can go to flylax.com/transforminglax if you want more information. So, Greg, it ended on a good week. It ended on a good note. The Will Smith walk-off home run. Leading up to that, not so great.
Not so great. There's a lot of bad that happened over the weekend. There's a couple of good things that happened too. So not only did they won on Sunday, so that really helped everything out. However, they also pitched really, really, really well. Yes. So I was very impressed with the pitching. I mean, Tyler Glasnow on Friday, he gave up some in the seventh inning, but he went in and finished the seventh inning, and that's kind of where that started to fall apart. Blake Snell had, what was it? He went 5 1/3, so he had to be taken out a little bit early. That's kind of who he is just in general, but knowing that his stuff looked really good, they just couldn't hit. And that was kind of what the problem was. They couldn't hit. The other part of it was, and I'm not going to scoreboard watch. I watch because we're fans, but San Diego's falling apart. They lost 2 of 3 over the weekend. They lost yesterday to the Orioles. They are falling apart right before our very eyes. This is the time that they need to take advantage of all that. They can't go through these stretches anymore where they go, where they beat the good teams and play terrible against the bad teams, and beat the good teams and terrible against the bad teams. Really bad pitchers cannot have gems. Like, we can't be doing this anymore. So there's very much there's excitement that can be had, but they need to start putting it all together because the pitching's there. They need the hitting to be there too. God, I'm awake for a morning.
You're fired up.
Fired up.
This. I love this.
I'm fired up to be here today.
Yeah, I mean, Parker, that was sort of the thing, right? Is that Greg hit on it. The starting pitching was great this weekend. I mean, obviously Yamamoto absolutely showed. Yamamoto deserved a better fate, by the way, on Sunday. For as good as he was, the fact that he got a no decision in that game is a little bit heartbreaking.
Oh,
but
that's terrible.
Yeah, I mean, but at this point, Parker, I mean, we got to feel like, the biggest question with the rotation now is who gets left off when the playoffs start, because it feels like the starting rotation has come together at this point.
It certainly has. And the fact that we're now going to be questioning if Tanner Scott's the one that we leave off because of the performance levels, I don't think it will. It's just the fact that he's not figuring it out is a conversation. But Robert said it best before Sunday's game. You got to play with some level of pride. I mean, what the bleep is going on, guys? Like, play your game. Got to win today is what he said. I think you just got to play better baseball. There's more in there. There just is. And we know that to be true because they show glimpses of it against certain teams. And then when you get a team that's not as good. So we need to see the offense really just step up, and then maybe the bullpen and the rotation will follow suit. Of course, Yamamoto, like you mentioned, Marcus, deserved a better fate. But hey, the janitor was there, boys, to clean it up. Shout out Jeff Spiegel.
Don't do this. Don't do that. We don't need to make up nicknames.
I got confirmation. I got verbal confirmation from Willie Dills himself.
No, he was like, cool. I'm like, literally, that was it. Like, okay.
Well, here's the thing. Will Smith is not. He's not the most emotive sort of guy,
No.
right? Like you're never going to get a big reaction out of Will Smith. So I think cool. I think that might be the best you can hope for from him.
It's true.
Parker's already touched on this, Greg. Though I do get the sense that Dave Roberts' patience with this team is kind of wearing thin. I don't think he's ever going to be the guy to just completely yell or scream at these guys. He's not going to start throwing things in the clubhouse. But I do get the feeling, just, reading quotes, hearing post-game quotes, that I think the inconsistency with this group is starting to wear on him a little bit.
Absolutely. I love it too. I think it needed to happen at some point. He already had the team meeting, well, the offense meeting, the hitters meeting, where he walked in and was like, hey, this is unacceptable. And now he sat Teo for a couple games because he needed to, because Teo is just a complete mess at the plate. He figured out his defense to an acceptable level, which great. Like you have to figure both parts out. They're both important.
That might be as good as he gets defensively, right? Like this is probably about the ceiling for him.
Yeah. And look, it's so much better. He is sprinting for balls. He is catching balls over his shoulder. He is not letting them drop in front of him because of lackadaisicalness. That's a new word I'm making up for the day. Lackadaisicalness. He's actually trying to get to these balls. He's really working on his defense. That's great. Now you're going to sit him to be like, look, dude, we got you here for other reasons. You need to come up and have a big bat and show us what you can do. You can't be swinging so much on outside strikes or outside balls that you have no chance at, or things that are at your feet that are starting low and ending low, and you're still swinging right through them. And he's swinging through fastballs middle too right now. So he is a mess at the plate. So I like that he's sitting him down. I like that he's doing those things. It doesn't matter who you are. He's going to have to tell you, like, hey, figure it out or you're not playing. That's going to go towards everybody. And that shows everybody also that you can't just get away with nothing. We're at a point in the season now where we have to win. Because as of right now, we've talked about it a bunch of stuff. They are in third. They are not. Yeah. They are in the wild card. They are now 2 games back of the Phillies. They are in a situation where they have to win to get the bye. So now is the time. It starts now. We're in September. It's no longer, it's August. It's July. It's June. You are in September now. Every one of these games now matter. So let's start seeing a winning streak and a big, long one.
Yeah, I'll tell you this. My emotions over the weekend just sort of ranged from low to high, because after Saturday, seriously, my mental state after Saturday was such that, look, I want this team to win the division. I want them to get a bye in the first round. But after not being able to score again on Saturday and then the bullpen just blowing up, there was a part of me that just like, this team doesn't deserve to win a division title. And that was maybe me just being angry and frustrated. But I'm like, as much as I want them to win it, they don't deserve it, because they don't play well against these teams that they're supposed to beat up on. They're supposed to be able to handle the Diamondbacks. They're supposed to be able to handle the Rockies. And when they don't do it, you just wonder, like, what is going on? Then, everything's going great on Sunday. They're scoring runs. I'm out at the beach. The weather is perfect. Next thing I know, I see that it's tied going to the bottom of the 9th. Unfortunately, Will Smith hits the home run to sort of, make it a decent beach day for the afternoon. But I was just really on the verge of wondering what the hell is going on with this team. So thankfully, I was able to calm myself and, enjoy the Pacific Ocean.
Remember your pressure points.
100%. 100%. The pressure points. Do we want to talk about Andrew Haney coming back again?
Hey, third stint. I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all. I get that. I see, because there's a bit of a political reason as to why he was cut. I think that he still has some juice left in the tank. So why not get some, two starts if he does do well down there in AAA? Maybe you get 2 starts out of him before the end of the season. And I doubt he'll be on the playoff roster, but in case of injuries, it's a good, solid backup plan, Greg.
Yeah, no, I actually kind of like it too. It's more so that it also is kind of telling to me, if he does come up and start pitching, it's telling me that they're going to now focus on Emmett Sheehan being out of the bullpen.
Mm.
Like that's going to be his role. They already had him ready. He was warming on Sunday to be pitching in the 10th and kind of finish that out if they went into extras. So that's kind of what that's telling me too. You bring in another starter if he does come up. Otherwise, he's just like, let's see what you have. You don't have a team right now. Come be in our minor league system. If you can pitch well and you can have a spot start here or there, awesome. If not, but that's fine too. But at the same time, this really does tell me that Emmett Sheehan is moving to the bullpen to be that bulk reliever on top to piggyback, whether it's Kershaw going short or it's Ohtani going short or something happens to one of the big guns. He's going to be there for that.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like that was sort of inevitable for a guy like Sheehan. I think that might ultimately also be the fate of Justin Wroblewski too. I think those are the guys potentially slated to be the bulk guy because, not sure what the playoff rotation is going to be, but if Ohtani and or Kershaw are in it, then I think reasonably the most you can expect from either of those guys is to get you through 5 innings, which means you're going to need somebody to kind of help you get through another couple innings to get to the back end of the bullpen, which brings us to the back end of the bullpen. All right, there's our conversation on the back end of the bullpen.
Moving on.
No, Tanner, my man.
Tanner Scott, man. And I'd been reading all this stuff that they had tinkered with his mechanics. They had worked some things out. They were looking to, that he looked good in his rehab assignments. Parker, it hasn't translated so far.
Just wasted the good vibes, man. We were vibing out Sunday, and then he comes in, and Corbin, listen, it's my guy, Corbin, but it's just so annoying to see the $72 million offseason acquisition be booed off his way off the mound. Maybe annoying is not the best word, but it's just disappointing. You hope nothing but the best for him. But the fact that they've tweaked some stuff and you're still just seeing the things not be there, I don't really know how to move forward from it. All he says is it's super frustrating. And it's like, sure, it's super frustrating for all of us.
For you and us both, right?
But there's got to be some other answer. And we've had him off on the IL for so long at this point already. I just don't know what the answer is.
So it's not even about what the answer is. I think he looked good. He had the first 2 outs, just bang, bang. They were both outs. The issue that I'm seeing is that it's the 2 guys that started getting injured that we thought, okay, you have to come back and you have to pitch well, is Kirby Yates and Tanner Scott. Kirby Yates on Saturday gave up a 3-run bomb. Tanner Scott on Sunday gave up a 3-run bomb. Those are 2 guys that you have to rely on in the postseason in those later innings. And if they're going to get into trouble, you can't have that. You just can't have that. So I don't know what to do here, but I think in a postseason game or even down this stretch, if he gets 2 quick outs and then he puts 2 guys on,
you got to go get him.
As soon as he gets somebody on there, you've got to have somebody ready and be like, okay, we don't know where this is going to go. A 3-run lead is not enough for these guys right now. So if that's what you're going to do, you have to put them in the situations because you need them pitching well. Tanner Scott was pitching well before that outing. That was only 2 or 3 outings before that, but still, he was pitching well, got the first 2. You got to have you have to have the guys warming behind him at this point. 1 hit is all it takes. 1 hit. If they get 1, put somebody up in the pen ready to go because wins are a necessity at this point.
That's the thing, though, with Scott. It just feels like he comes out and he gets the first couple of outs generally, and then it's a walk, then it's a hit, and then it all just tends to unravel. It will go great, and then it goes bad really, really quickly. The problem becomes who's there to back him up, right? Who's there to watch the watchmen, right? What happens if you go, because if you're going with Scott, it is a high leverage. It is likely a 9th inning situation. And knowing the way Dave Roberts uses his bullpen, chances are you have burned, you probably burned Trinan, right? You've probably burned Vesia and or Bonda. None of us really trust Kirby Yates at this point. That's sort of the issue with having a closer who's blowing up is that there really isn't a safety net here for him. In case things go, unless somehow they decide to flip flop and it goes back to Trinan being the 9th inning guy. But he's been better. He hasn't been locked down since he came back from the injured list. There's just they don't have that parachute in case things go bad right now.
So they do. I think Trinan is starting to figure himself out. I think that's 3 consecutive outings where he's just been untouchable. Like he tends to be that guy. And also in that game on Sunday, that was Tanner Scott gave it up in the 8th. So he was there in the 8th, and Treinen was there in the 9th in a third in a 3-run game. So that's your typical hold save situation right there. So Treinen is that guy to be in there. But the issue is, are you going to start pushing Treinen already to 4 or 5 out saves? I don't think so. Like Treinen has to be the 3 out save and just the 9th. So you can't have him warming and getting ready in the 8th when Tanner Scott puts 2 on with 2 out. It has to be somebody else that can come out and just get that one dude, that one guy that you need to get out. So whether that's like a Dreyer or a Kasperius or a Vezia when he's back, which I think he will be back. Kopech is coming back, and I think Kopech and Haesung Kim are now back. So those are 2 more guys that you can add to that, just the roster in general. But Kopech, he's wild, dude. Like that's
man.
if you have a 3 batter rule and he comes on with 2 out and 2 on, do you trust him to get through 3 outs right now and not walk 3 guys? I don't think I'm at that spot right now. I need to see it.
Yeah, I mean, no, definitely. Like, Kopech's the guy who will walk the bases loaded, but then somehow strike out the next 3. Like that's the ups and downs of Michael Kopech. I mean, I guess the good news is it's the 3 batter rule or until you finish an inning. So you could bring him in theory, in with 2 outs in an inning and hope he just gets you that last one and then you move on to the next. Yeah, I mean, I think for me at least, Michael Kopech's the guy that I would like to see like in the 7th, right? He's like a 7th inning guy. You know, either you're down a run, you're up a run, and his job is just to hold things where they are. That I think is the best use of Michael Kopech. Look, in a perfect world, if things are going great, you can go Kopech in the 7th, Yates in the 8th, and then I guess you can sort of play matchups with your closer, which is a weird thing to say, but you get
Enrique to the moon.
Hey,
Henriquez,
man,
come on.
Like, could be.
Throw me 104. I'll take it. I'll take 104.
Honestly, and he's been pretty good in his last few outings. So, so I really do think this next month could be an audition. I don't know if say audition, but at least sort of for lack of a quarterback competition, I guess, to see where guys sit on the trust tree over, for October. So, I don't know. There's no easy answers. Ideally, Scott figures himself out. Treinen continues to get right. Kirby Yates finds something that he hasn't really had all year. And you just cruise into the postseason. But who knows?
The bullpen. Last year, they were the bullpen dogs, and you could just put them out into any situation. This year, you have the starting pitching that's giving you 7, like it's 6, 7. You have it. It's there. Yeah. So they just need to. Don't do that. We did it last week. Don't do it.
I can't help it. It's just it's reactive.
You're a 14-year-old girl at this point. So. But either way, that's what it is. But it's they just have to be able to find 2, 3. They need 3 guys. Three guys can do that stuff. But also, thank you guys for being in the chat. I just want to put it out there that thank you guys for being here at 6:30 in the morning. For the first week, we're going to go to 6:50. We need to make sure that Parker can get ready and all set for those first 10 minutes to be able to get ready for the Sedano and Cap morning show, which I am a part of as well. Myself, Chris Morales, Jorge Briones, and Lindsey Fulton. We're all going to be a part of this show. So we're going to get out a little bit early just for the first week to see how it works out with Parker and his schedule to be on the social side of things. But if that works, we'll go a little bit longer. Thank you for being in this chat. And if you miss it, if anybody misses it, it will be replayed at 10 o'clock.
Yep, we'll be back with you at 10 o'clock, so you can catch it again in case you came in late or maybe you missed it altogether. So anyway, today, Dodgers at Pittsburgh, at the Pirates. It is Clayton Kershaw. It's a Kershaw day going against Carmen Mlodzinski. 3:40 first pitch Pacific time from PNC Park. We're back with you tomorrow. 6:30. I almost said 8:30. 6:30 to about 6:50 here on the ESPN LA YouTube channel. Stick around. Sedano Cap Morning Show coming up next. We'll see you tomorrow, everybody.
See you.
See ya.